You are standing still when you suddenly feel your phone vibrate, even though it never did. You check the screen instantly, half expecting a message that does not exist. Your heart jumps slightly, your focus snaps, and for a brief moment, your brain feels certain something happened. This strange sensation feels real, urgent, and impossible to ignore. Now imagine that this experience is not rare, not accidental, and not a glitch. Imagine that this tiny moment reveals something unsettling about how your brain now works. Phantom phone vibration syndrome is the name scientists give to this modern illusion. It is not a disease, yet it spreads silently through daily life. It does not damage tissue, yet it reshapes attention. It does not require a phone to even be present. The vibration can appear in silence, in sleep, or in stillness. This sensation begins as a harmless habit and slowly becomes expectation. Your brain learns patterns faster than you realize. Every notification trains anticipation. Every message strengthens a loop of reward and alertness. Over time, the brain begins predicting stimulation before it occurs. Prediction becomes sensation. Sensation becomes belief. Belief overrides reality for a fraction of a second. That fraction of a second is where the phantom vibration lives. Your nervous system does not wait for confirmation. It fires first and asks questions later. The brain evolved to detect signals quickly, not accurately. Missing a signal once meant danger. Feeling a signal that was not there had no cost in the wild. Modern technology flipped that logic. Now false signals dominate attention. Your phone becomes a proxy for social survival. Messages mean connection. Silence feels like loss. The brain treats notifications as rewards. Rewards release dopamine. Dopamine strengthens learning. Learning wires habits deeper. Eventually, the brain fires dopamine in anticipation alone. That anticipation creates sensation without stimulus. This is why the vibration feels physical. The brain maps expectation onto the body. Neural pathways confuse memory with perception. Your thigh or pocket becomes a prediction zone. The sensory cortex lights up without input. The illusion feels convincing because the brain trusts itself. Your brain assumes it is right. Questioning sensations takes effort. Effort requires awareness. Awareness is often absent. This absence is where the syndrome thrives. The more connected you are, the more vulnerable you become. Frequent phone users report phantom vibrations more often. Stress amplifies the effect. Loneliness intensifies it. Anticipation fuels it. The syndrome is not about technology alone. It is about how the brain adapts too well. Adaptation is the brain's greatest strength. It is also its greatest weakness. Your brain does not distinguish between digital urgency and physical threat. It reacts the same way. Heart rate shifts. Attention snaps. Muscles tense. All for nothing. Yet nothing feels like something. That is the illusion. The phantom vibration is a mirror. It reflects how much of your awareness lives in the future. It shows how rarely the brain rests in the present. Your mind is waiting instead of being. Waiting for connection. Waiting for validation. Waiting for interruption. This constant readiness changes perception. The body becomes a receiver. Silence becomes suspicious. Stillness feels incomplete. The brain fills the gap. It invents sensation to justify anticipation. This is not weakness. It is efficiency taken too far. The brain evolved to predict. Prediction now dominates experience. Reality becomes secondary. The vibration never happened, but the reaction did, and that reaction matters. The phantom vibration does not exist in isolation. It belongs to a larger pattern of neural adaptation. Your brain is a prediction machine. Every second it guesses what will happen next. Most of the time it is correct enough to survive. Accuracy is less important than speed. The brain fills gaps with expectation. This saves energy. It also creates illusions. When expectation outweighs sensation, perception bends. This bending is subtle. You rarely notice it. Phantom vibrations are noticeable only because they interrupt awareness. Many other distortions go unseen. Your phone is unique because it trains anticipation relentlessly. Notifications are unpredictable rewards. Unpredictable rewards are the most addictive. They create stronger dopamine spikes. Dopamine does not signal pleasure. It signals importance. Importance demands attention. Attention reshapes neural circuits. Neural circuits define habits. Habits shape identity. A simple buzz becomes a behavioral trigger. Your brain assigns meaning to it. Meaning creates emotional response. Emotional response reinforces memory. Memory strengthens anticipation. The loop closes. Once the loop exists, it no longer needs input. The brain runs it automatically. This automation frees cognitive resources. It also removes choice. You do not decide to feel the vibration. It happens to you. This is where agency erodes. The syndrome reveals how control shifts quietly. Technology does not hijack the brain. The brain volunteers. It optimizes for connection. Connection once meant survival. Social exclusion meant death. The brain still operates on that rule. A missed message feels significant. The brain exaggerates its importance. It creates false alarms to stay ready. False alarms feel safer than missing signals. Safety comes at the cost of peace. The nervous system stays slightly activated. Rest becomes shallow. Attention fragments. The mind rarely idles. Idle time once allowed reflection. Reflection built insight. Insight required silence. Silence is now uncomfortable. The phantom vibration fills silence. It gives the brain something to react to. Reaction feels purposeful. Purpose feels comforting, even when false. The body learns this pattern. Muscle memory joins cognitive expectation. The sensation feels physical because it partly is. Micro-muscle contractions occur. Nerves misfire. Sensory noise increases. Stress heightens sensitivity. The threshold for sensation drops. Normal bodily signals become meaningful. Clothing movement becomes vibration. Air pressure becomes touch. The brain labels it quickly. Labeling completes the illusion. This happens faster than conscious thought. By the time awareness arrives, belief already formed. You check the phone. The screen is blank. Confusion follows. The brain resolves the conflict by dismissing it. No lesson is learned. The loop remains intact. Repetition strengthens it further. Over time, the phantom sensation becomes familiar. Familiarity reduces surprise. Surprise once triggered reflection. Without surprise, habits deepen. This is how small experiences reshape cognition. The syndrome exposes how perception is negotiable. Reality is filtered through expectation. Expectation is trained by environment. Your environment is now digital. Digital environments reward speed. Speed undermines depth. Depth requires patience. Patience conflicts with alerts. Alerts dominate. The brain adapts accordingly. It becomes alert-focused. The phantom vibration is not a bug. It is a feature of adaptation. It shows the cost of constant readiness. It asks a quiet question. What happens when the brain never stands down? The most unsettling part is not the vibration itself. It is how normal it feels. Millions experience it without concern. Normalization hides significance. The brain accepts constant interruption as baseline. Baseline shapes expectation. Expectation shapes perception. This chain quietly rewires experience. Yet the brain remains plastic. Plasticity cuts both ways. What is learned can be unlearned. Awareness interrupts automation. Naming the illusion weakens it. When you recognize anticipation, sensation loses authority. Presence rebalances prediction. The brain recalibrates thresholds. Silence becomes safe again. The nervous system downshifts. Dopamine stabilizes. Attention lengthens. The phantom vibration fades. Not instantly, but gradually. This change does not require abandoning technology. It requires renegotiating relationship. The brain needs contrast. Contrast teaches boundaries. Boundaries restore agency. Agency returns choice. Choice restores calm. Calm allows clarity. Clarity reveals how often the mind leaves the moment. The syndrome teaches this lesson viscerally. It makes the invisible visible. It turns prediction into sensation. It exposes the gap between reality and expectation. That gap is where freedom lives. When the brain stops guessing constantly, experience sharpens. Moments feel fuller. Attention feels owned. Silence stops demanding explanation. The body stops acting as an antenna. The mind returns home. This is not about rejecting modern life. It is about understanding the brain's rules. The brain follows reward. You choose the reward. Meaningful engagement beats constant stimulation. Depth beats frequency. Presence beats prediction. The phantom vibration is a warning signal. It whispers that the brain is overtrained. It invites recalibration. It shows how easily sensation can be manufactured. It proves that perception is not passive. You are not just receiving reality. You are constructing it. Every alert teaches the brain what matters. Every pause teaches it something else. The future of attention depends on these lessons. Technology will not slow down. The brain must learn when to. When it does, illusions lose power. The vibration returns to silence. Silence regains depth. Depth restores awareness. And awareness reveals the most important truth. Your mind is listening even when nothing speaks. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical psychology insights, self-awareness tools, and mind-sharpening advice. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.